Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today. Yeah, perfect. Crisp. 72 degrees out. We're playing Arctic Tail on Nintendo's Wii console. Arctic Tail on the Nintendo Wii. I've got the box right here. It says, well, the first word is Wii. And under there it says, from the people who brought you March of the Penguins, Arctic Tail. From National Geographic. I actually did not until this very moment realize this was based on something. I would have played this on a Monday. I thought this was just a generic, like, winter bear game. But no, it's based on a movie, I guess. Based on a documentary about bears, maybe. So that's okay. We can play licensed games on Wednesdays. That's no problem. My mother made us watch that movie in the theater. In the theater, goodness gracious. Yeah, I've never heard of this before. National Geographic. Play through the adventures of the major motion picture. Arctic Tail. Oh my god, the text is so small. 1 second, I gotta take my glasses off to read it. The far north of our planet is one of the most perilous environments in the world. Take on the role of either a young polar bear or a walrus growing up and trying to survive in the world. From finding food to evading predators, the challenges these animals face every day come alive for the player. Learning to live in this world is vital as they go from the regular dangers to the extreme threats. Experience the thrilling, interactive look at the walrus and polar bears that roam the vast world of the Arctic wilderness. Wonderful. Well, I will look forward to all of that. How you all doing today? Hope you're doing okay. Hope things are going well for you. I've got a green tea with me. Green tea with jasmine. Oh, delightful. Wonderful. Guess I'm out of things to say. Not a lot to say. I guess we can get to the game. I guess we can get to the video game. Oh yeah, did Donald Trump get a Nobel Peace Prize nomination? Sorry, I didn't see. Did Donald Trump win a Nobel Peace Prize? I know they announced some Nobel stuff. Did Donald Trump? They were talking about it. Yeah, I know he was nominated by Netanyahu. I wasn't sure if they've announced the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm looking it up. It hasn't been announced yet. Okay. Have some more of my green tea. Delightful. Arctic Tail, licensed by Nintendo. National Geographic. For any of you who are not familiar with the Vulo Lives bit, I had a bit about Nobel Peace Prize winners and the various war crimes they committed. Oh, just okay. I've done that. A surprising number of Nobel Peace Prize winners are also war criminals. More than you would think. Like, you would imagine none of them should be. But I think the 2019 Nobel Peace Prize winner actually committed a bunch of war crimes within months of winning the prize. I mean, you know, Alfred Nobel was an arms dealer. And the Nobel Prize was, you know, at least in part to sanitize his image as an arms dealer, as a war profiteer. A lot of the Nobel Peace Prize winners have themselves been some of the most dastardly purveyors of war in human history. The number of people who have committed the most atrocious war crimes and then also won the Nobel Peace Prize. It's extraordinary. It's almost like they go out of their way to find war criminals. Alright, saving data, here we go. New game, sure, yeah, that's... Far beyond the world we humans know, there is a remote and ancient kingdom, that for the creatures living in the astonishing cold is a paradise on Earth. Please do not touch the power button or reset, I promise. This is rough. Look at this image. I don't know if you can tell. It's too... The image was too small, and so they copy-pasted part of the image to the sides. But, like, they didn't blend it, so there's, like, a hard line. You can't see it now. It's not on the screen anymore, but... Alright, welcome to Bear World. Point your Wii remote at the screen in the direction you want to go. Press the A button to start walking. I would like you to know the reason I had the nunchuck on is because on the back of the box it shows the nunchuck image. It's like, make sure you have your nunchuck. And when I start the game it says, oh, no nunchucks allowed, sorry. Sorry, get that nunchuck out of here. I'm not even going to think about starting unless you get rid of that gross nunchuck. You can also perform quick turns by pressing the control pad in the direction you want to move. Give it a try. Wow. Yep. Here we go. What is the objective of this game? Overthrowing the human race. That's the objective. Food can be scarce in the Arctic, and when necessary, polar bears will resort to scavenging the remains of other animal meals. You can find these dotted around the landscape, and they will boost your strength. There are silver paw prints scattered all over the level. If you find enough of them, you can unlock other Arctic animals and challenges to play. Okay. See if you can find all of the silver paw prints, and keep a lookout for the special golden paw prints. I will keep a lookout for the special golden paw prints. On a technical level, this game seems maybe a little wonked up, but I like this very strange fuzzy bear. They appear to be attempting to do some sort of like fur texture thing, but because there's no anti-aliasing, it's just, it looks very strange. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me see if I can really get close in on this bear. This is the wrong place. Where is this? My God. Oh. Oh. There's the bear. I thought we were getting closer to the bear, but clearly. Oh, I just saw the bear. Okay. We're doing it. Here we go. Look at this beautiful bear. It just sort of looks like the bear is coming in over like a old analog television signal. This bear's having a lot of signal issues. This is how bears used to look. Arctic Tail could be a sequel to Lion Tail. Yeah, just throw that lion out in the cold. Oh yeah, the Clay World stuff that I upscaled is Robert's got it on Blu-ray now in his Etsy shop. So if anyone was interested in that set, it's up for sale now. I did a bunch of upscaling like a couple months ago. It is out. If you're in a hurry or being chased, press the B button to run. Watch out, running too long will sap your strength. Okay, no, my strength. Yeah, this is running. Oh my god, my strength. I don't like that my strength is a heart, because that makes me not want to use it up. Scuffy's supposed to be on today? No, that's Thursdays. Scuffy be on tomorrow. Hello, bear. Are you okay? You doing all right, bear? I assume so. I assume that bear's fine. We got a little ice fox. Anyway, there's the big golden bear coin. I'm gonna go get that. These are challenge icons. Walk into one to see more details. Oh, I don't want that yet. You know, I want to explore around a little bit more. What's the thought process behind choosing this game? I was packing up a bunch of Blu-rays and stuff for the Charlie whatever, and I realized it was getting late and I hadn't picked a game for today yet. So I went on my game list. What's a console I haven't played recently? The Wii. And Arctic Tail showed up pretty quick because it's A, so it's pretty early in the list. Like Bear Game, that's fine. Sounds good to me. The Arctic fox will eat any meat it can come across, from the food it scavenges from polar bears to these Arctic hares. Oh, is the fox gonna kill the hare? I don't know. I should go back to that coin. I think I have these seabird sound effects. Ever seen a wild bear? Yeah, I've seen wild bears before. My mom lives in the Smoky Mountains, and she runs into bears all the time. So when I've visited her there, I've occasionally seen a bear. Bronze challenge, steal 5 or more seals. Food is scarce, but the male bears have loads. Take some while they're asleep. Okay. Alright, I gotta steal some food. In the Arctic, the male polar bear is the most powerful predator roaming the ice sheets. If he sees you, he'll start chasing after you until he can get close enough to attack. You can't defeat male bears, so you better run away. Alright. Yeah. Is this food? That is food, alright. I've gotten 2 foods. With this coin. Three foods, wow. Things are going pretty good. I guess that's not enough, though. I need more foods. Picking up seal corpses. I sure am. I've eaten 3 whole seals so far. Another seal. It's 4 seals. I don't actually know what the goal is. I don't know how many seals I'm supposed to get. We haven't really figured out the camera for this game. I feel like this is definitely like in the era in which the cameras were generally figured out. But they seem to be having some trouble with it. I got 5 of those. Gotta watch out for these big super bears. How many seals have you eaten in a lifetime? That's a good question. You know, I used to I used to be a sea monster. And I would just kind of gobble up anything. Not even think about it. Seals, bears, ships. Yes, that's right. Before I had this human form, I did eat human beings. Sailors, mostly. So those were the humans I came across. But I'm not a sea monster anymore, and so since I've been a human being, you know, I haven't eaten any seals. So I guess I don't know what the answer is to that question. Do I consider my current self to be my only self? Or are my past forms an equal part of me? These are important questions. Very philosophical questions. Oh hey, there's a gold coin. Oh, glad I didn't miss that. This is a golden paw print. If you collect 4 of them, you get an extra heart. The more hearts mean you are stronger and can run for longer. Nice, I gotta keep collecting those. It's very important. Why would you give up, sea monster? Like, I didn't give it up. No, I was defeated. Turned into a human being by a sorceress. Congratulations, you've won the bronze challenge. Try silver challenge. You must play the challenges to learn and grow. With lots of awards and challenges to enter a new chapter in the bear's life. Okay. Do I want to try the silver? Yeah, I guess so. Steal 10 or more seals. Okay, I need 10 this time. Oh, hey, here's one. That's an easy one. Really wish I could use the nunchuck to control. Or by true love's first kiss. Ah, I wish that's how it was. No, the sorceress had like a magic spear she stabbed through my my chest. And the thing that sucked the most is when I got turned into a human by that. I was still stabbed, and I spent, you know, a couple months in the hospital recovering from the puncture. I was lucky that my my human organs sort of formed around the stab, so nothing in particular was harmed, but it did take a while to heal. Who is the sorceress? Well, see, I would love to know that, because I do have an open lawsuit against where I did not consent to be turned into a human, and I am attempting to sue her with the hopes of maybe being converted back, but my lawyer has not been able to ascertain her identity. So, yeah, I'm kind of in a holding pattern at the moment. But you know, you live life one day at a time, and doing the best I can. Hope I don't want to one day get back to the sea, start eating people again. Yeah, we're at 9. We need one more. There it is. We found a 10th. We did it. Man. I don't know that we'd have much luck with gold based on my performance here. Can't even find an 11th one. I think I can fall to my death. No, thankfully I cannot. Oh my god, a golden coin. Yes! Congratulations, you won the silver challenge. Try the gold challenge. 15, god. I don't know that, I don't know we're gonna make it. 15, honestly, it seems like too many. This control's not helping. Camera's making me a little nauseous. Just a little bit. That's the sign of an immersive game, though. That's the sign that you've really been thrust into a magical world, but it affects you so physically. It's great work for the team. What other games were released this year? Because I feel like this definitely would have been a shoo-in for Game of the Year. I would love to know what competition this was up against, because I don't think it did win any of those awards, but it must have been up against some great releases. Yeah, you want to turn around? You want to get the seal? I'm not going to get 5 more. I don't even know if I'm going to find 5 more. I think the only way to successfully get 15 here is to have the stage memorized and just know where they all are. This is absurd. Tough break. Want to try again? No, I don't actually. But thank you. Bioshock came out same year as this game. Bioshock. I'd give the edge to Arctic Tail in that competition. What's this challenge? Slide down the ice as fast as you can, but watch out for rocks. Okay. Watch out for rocks. You gotta make sure that you don't hit those rocks. Oh no, I hit a rock. Oh god. Yeah, I hit another rock. I keep hitting rocks on account of not really being able to steer. Like, I'm... Oh. I won the bronze challenge. I'll try the other one. Kaylin, thank you for the $2. Streamer doesn't play Parasite Eve says what? What? Gotcha. I'm onto your game. I'm onto your game, you son of a gun. Sorry, aren't you enjoying classics such as Arctic Tail? Is this not good enough for you? Is watching this bear slide around the ice not good enough for you? You too good for Arctic Tail? Oh my god. What in the heck? Alright, I'll try again. What in the world? YouTube's recently updated the back end, and a lot of it just doesn't even work anymore. They have a section for like showing super chats, like all the super chats you've gotten during a stream, and it's blank. I just got a super chat, but it's not showing up in the super chat section. They did all this updating to the back end to accommodate a new feature. So the entire interface now this is going to sound maybe a little silly to you, but the entire interface has been changed to accommodate specifically the ability to stream both horizontally and vertically at the same time. So the interface now assumes that you want to do this, that you want the changes they've made make sense if you're streaming in two ways at once, horizontally and vertically. You know, for viewers to view it either horizontally or vertically, however they want to view it. But yeah, the whole interface now is set up to accommodate for that. And if you're not doing that, then the interface no longer makes sense. You just end up with a bunch of blank space, and all of the important information is hidden. Let's try again. TikTok streams. I haven't seen TikTok streams, but it's not that they're trying to support vertical streaming, which they are. They're trying to support vertical and horizontal streaming at once. I don't know if that's something TikTok does, but the innovation YouTube is presenting is, what if both of those were happening at the same time? So the way this would work, as far as I can tell, is you would be sending your stream data, and you would be streaming horizontally like this, but all of the important information would be in the center. And so some people would be watching it with the sides cut off. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure. Because I haven't done it myself. It would be funny to figure out a way to do this stream like this. The television would have to be extremely small for the horizontal viewers. Beyond like a table in the distance. And then if you're watching vertical, it would look normalish. Just show two of the widescreen streams, one on top of the other. No, it just it's like television was when HD television first came out. Broadcasters would stream shows with everything important in the center area, so that people with tube televisions would still be able to watch. And if you were watching widescreen, you would get extra image on the sides. It's like that. I cannot emphasize enough how much these controls simply do not function. Streaming is competitive. Any advantage you can get in reaching a broader audience is sought after. All right, imagine you sell chocolate chip cookies. People love chocolate chip cookies. Now, you think, all right, there's also a market. There's also a market for, let me think of an idea. Let me think. Okay, there's also a market for, let's say, let me say something extreme. Let me say a pretty weird flavor. There's also a market for basil cookies. Cookies that are basil, and you add a little parsley in them too. So a sort of herb cookie. You know, there's some people who would eat that, I'm sure. There's some people who would eat a cookie with basil in it and herbs, other herbs. Just imagine a cookie, but you've got basil and parsley and oregano. You might think this sounds weird, but, you know, I'm sure that there are people who would like this. It's not. It's maybe a weird idea, but I'm sure it could work. Now, how would you introduce this? You might say, all right, we have our chocolate chip cookies, and we also have these basil cookies. Right? What YouTube has done is they've said, all right, our chocolate chip cookies, they've got basil and oregano in them now. This... If you want the chocolate chip cookie, you gotta eat it with the basil and oregano. This is not them, you know, taking any advantage they can get in reaching a broader audience. This is them taking the popular thing that they already have and making it worse. as an attempt to add more to it. Like, the streaming backend is just... It's just less functional now. It's less functional for any stream. Yeah, see, I don't think I can do this if I hit any rocks. Or if I hit any random sticky polygons. Trying to see if there's like any way I can get this to function better. Try again. Is tilting do anything? I've tried. I thought maybe what I was doing wrong was that I was using the wrong kind of motion control. Alright. Ugh. So, the way that this actually functions is... You see the bear paw? You can see the bear head tracking the bear paw. The bear is following the bear paw. Is there a break? I thought there was a break in that I thought holding down the A button was making me move, but then I realized it's not, and so I stopped holding the A button. I'm pressing the B button. I hear a sound. But functionally, I can't tell what it's doing. Pointing below the bear, slow it down. No. Like, it said to press A to speed up. It didn't give me any instructions on slowing down. The problem here is I simply cannot, like... turn fast enough. We're taking the ramp to the right at the start. Here. Okay. Hey, we got a golden paw thing. Wow, yeah, alright, that was the answer. There was a secret. The answer, there's just a secret path, okay. Yeah, we won that challenge. Sometimes there might be a ringed seal resting by the edge of the seal hole. Adult bears try to sneak up on these resting seals before they can escape. But currently you don't have the strength to do so yourself. Hey. Yeah, apparently I can't fall in this hole either. Found some food. I guess I'll go do some other challenge. Oh, that's the one we already did. Okay. Yeah. Slide over the ice towards the target and see how close you can get. Okay. Not very close. Not very close. This time we got it. This time this bear's landing bullseye. Alright, not quite. Tough break. Let's try again. Oh. Alright, I was trying to speed things along and I messed up my attempt, but that's okay. We've got 2 more attempts. Bullseye. That was 75 points. It's more points than I was expecting. I have no idea if that's actually a good amount of points or not, though. Oh, no. Oh, well, here we go. Perfect. 1 million points. Congratulations. Let's try the silver challenge. 200 points or more. Alright, we better get some points for that. That was 50. That was not enough. Not enough points. 125, good enough, good enough. We just need 75 points here, and we're a champion. I think this does it. Yeah, we won the silver challenge. Let's play the gold. 250 points. Sure, we can do that. No problem. Yeah, this might be a problem. That was 50 points. All right. No, I think we went a little too far again. We'll be doing this. Slow us down a little. No. Yeah, I think we boned this. I think we messed this up. $125 points, not gonna cut it. Hey. 100 points right off the bat. Hey, look at that. It's another 100 points. We just need 50 points now. We're a gold-winning bear. This is 275 points. Hey, we did it. Do you see my success, father? Do you see? I gotta call my dad. I haven't talked to my dad in a while. He moved to New Mexico like earlier this year, and now he was having a little bit of a hard time adjusting. I gotta call him up, see how my dad's doing. See what hijinks he's gotten up to. Okay, I can't do that bear thing. That bear thing is beyond my capabilities at the moment. Father. What's your dad's favorite FilmCow animation? I don't really think he likes any of my stuff. I was in a video with my friend Robert did this video called Bent for Time. I was in episode 4. And that's the only video my dad ever saw that he had positive things to say about. So he really liked Robert's Bent for Time video that I was in. But yeah, so like he left my mom when I was 4 years old, and I didn't see him again until I was like 12. And at that point, I would see him like once or twice a year. At some point, when I was probably like, when was this? This would have been like probably like 10 years ago. He disowned our family for, I think he was having a crisis. I just saw a whale. And I didn't talk to him again for a couple years. And then he undisowned us. But I talk to him like a couple times a year now. There are different challenges for the polar bear, the walrus, the Arctic fox, and the orca. Look out for the different icons. Do I have to be one of those animals? I don't know how to switch. I don't know how to become a different animal. Just don't get along with him. Yeah, I mean, I never didn't get along with him. like the conflict where he disowned the family was for reasons that didn't really make sense. It was, I think, so he was the tribal historic preservation officer for the Seminole tribe of Florida for like a decade, and there was a sort of upheaval that went on, a political upheaval, and he ended up losing his position. And his work with the Seminole tribe of Florida had been like an important part of his life for so long. And I think that this genuinely like mentally broke him for a bit, because he had visited like me and Scuffy and Josh, my brother Josh, and the visit did not go well, and he sent an email afterwards about why he wasn't talking to us anymore, and it did include as one of the reasons the fact that Scuffy did not enjoy the Lady Gaga Muppet special. So I think it was other stuff that was causing this. But you know, we all eventually made up, and okay, I can't do that on speaking terms again. He got Scuffy this wonderful bolo tie. It's great. It's genuinely a great bolo tie. He was just in a bad place. But I want to talk to him again, because I feel like his move to New Mexico might also have been bad for his mental state. He had gone into he'd made like a pretty important archaeological study, archaeological discovery, possibly finding the very first Seminole tribe settlement in Florida, and was excavating that, and kind of had to hand over all that work to other people when he moved away. Oh, hey, I found another coin. Should be a map you can view using the one button. The one button. Okay, there we go. Let's go back. Should I save my game? Oh, I see. Yeah, there's the animal switch point. I understand. All right. There does seem to be a dastardly bear. Guarding this area. Gotta be careful. Many animals live in the Arctic. Once you've collected enough silver paw prints, if you go under these arches, you can choose to play as a different animal. Press left or right on the control pad to find the animal you wish to play, then press the A button to select it. Right, collected enough. Arctic fox. Hey, we're a little fox now. Look at that. And the music has changed. It's kind of annoying to listen to now, but that's the way of things. That's the way of the world. Okay, can't go that way. That's fine. We'll go this way. This looks nice. It's a great game. 10 out of 10. I have not found my my Fox Challenge coin yet, but I'm looking for it. It's been mostly just this. Oh, I wish. No, it's been mostly sliding down cliffs as parts of races. Or trying to find dead seals. we failed the find 15 dead seals in 4 minutes challenge. Alright, here we go. We found the challenge coin. Bronze challenge. Cross the finish line within 1.5 minutes. The Arctic fox normally steers clear of thin ice and the water. Guide him safely down the channel to safety. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Tough break. What? What happened? Yeah, got that. Yeah. Twisting... Alright, I gotta pay attention to the twisting, I guess. Oh god, oh I see. I understand. So, oh god, I have to use multi-dimensional motion controls. The twisting to keep the thing from catapulting, and the directions to direct. Oh god. Donate Jason trauma dumps. Take so much. I don't think I'm trauma dumping. I don't really have trauma about this stuff. I feel like my brother was pretty dramatically impacted by, like, you know, dad stuff. Like, my brother really wanted a father figure in his life. Like I feel like he really needed that. I was more take it or leave it. Like, it's very, I don't know. Many years ago, I accepted my father, younger brother, or younger. I accepted my father for who he is. Like, so a lot of the stuff he would do, or when he would disappear for long periods of time, was like, it wasn't a disappointment to me. It's like, yeah, no, that's dad. So, just to give an example, I had time to talk about how much my dad rolls. No, I love it when dads are good dads. You know, I do love hearing about parents who are like actually really good parents. And you know, I got very lucky. My mother's a very good mom. She's extremely loving, extremely accepting. And I love my dad too. He's you know, he's just, there are certain things that he can provide, and there are certain things that he could not provide. And I've never needed the things that he could not provide, so... Silver challenge. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Got it. But just as an example, there was a... Was he mean to you? No, he wasn't like a mean guy. I mean, I don't know why I said wasn't. He's still alive. He's not like a mean guy at all. He's the sort of person who can very easily, and I definitely take this from both my mom and my dad. It's very easy for me to talk about something too much. You know? It's very easy for me to get too into something. And for my my father, those things are African drums, Seminole tribe history, Civil War history. So, it's possible, you know, if you ever run into my dad, it's possible you'll say something that'll trigger a conversation about the Civil War, at which point, 1.5 hours later, he'll still be talking about the Civil War, and you won't have said anything to him. You'll just have been standing there. And I recognize this quality in myself, and I do attempt to curb it. I'm not always successful. Scuffy occasionally has to be like, all right, Jason, you've talked too much about On Cinema recently. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're right, I have. The On Cinema lore is so deep. It is so deep. There is so much to talk about. info dumping most of the time. Yeah, my dad's an info dumper. But, so, there are qualities that he has that I consider positive qualities that my brother considered negative qualities, and I will explain. So, we would only see Dad, like, twice a year. We would very rarely see him. It would basically just be on, like, Christmas and then maybe one other time during the year. He didn't live all that far away, but, you know, he was very involved in Seminole Tribe of Florida stuff. It was basically always working. And one Christmas, he was coming down, and my brother, like I said, really wanted a father figure and really latched onto these, like, short meetings. And one year he was coming down, and we got a call. So he would usually come down, spend like half the day with us, and then drive back home. And he had been on his way when he, on the highway, saw two dogs that were very clearly in distress on the side of the highway, and he stopped and he rescued these dogs, and he went and like, the process of rescuing these dogs took enough time that he was no longer able to come down that day and had to come down on a different day. And this was very like, my brother was pretty upset by this. He took it as, like, you know, these random dogs on the side of the road were more important than him to my dad. Me, on the other hand, I was like, yeah, I you know, if I saw a dog in distress, that would absolutely change whatever plans I had. Like, I understand this impulse. And so, like, it was not a thing that upset me. Brother sounded selfish? No. I think you're being pretty harsh there. My brother was like a child who wanted a father in his life. My brother was a sad child who wanted a dad. The dogs actually exist. Oh yeah, no, he constantly was rescuing dogs. I think he has like 4 dogs now. He's got he always, whenever I the few times I would visit him at his house, he always had these, like, really sick dogs. He would just find these, like, dogs in need and take care of them. He could never turn down a sick old dog. So, like, you know, he would occasionally go to like a shelter and find a you know, if they had any dogs that no one was ever going to adopt because it was sick and old. So he would end up with dogs that had, like, skin conditions that required, like, daily treatment and stuff. And hey, we did it. Going through a lot of unpacking of my trauma. One thing I've learned, sometimes you don't know what affected you until you talk about it. Oh yeah, I mean, I've had years of therapy and stuff. This dad stuff is not... I assure you, there are many things that I have trauma from over the course of my life. It's not dad stuff. Like, it definitely affected me when it first happened, when I was because I was like 4 years old or whatever. I was definitely like a depressed kid after that, but I got over it way more than my brother did. I think a lot of it is just, you know, I'm way more similar to my dad than my brother is. My brother is very little like my father, whereas I'm definitely much more like him. So like a lot of stuff that like I inherently understand is like the dog thing. Like I was like, oh yeah, no, of course. Like inside my head when I heard about the dog thing, I was like, oh yeah, of course you're gonna help those dogs. Whereas my brother, and you know, he was years younger than me. He's 4 years younger than me. But still, his first reaction to this is like, you know, Dad's looking for any excuse not to see us, which is simply not how my dad thinks. Understand how he would arrive at that conclusion if he was always gone. Yeah, he's he's just not someone who's like very he shows his love in very abstract ways. he's not like a I don't know. It just would not occur to him that my brother would have been like severely disappointed. Does Josh still resent your dad to this day? No, I think my brother's like well over this. Devoid, thank you for the 199. Haven't been here in a while. How are you, Jason? I'm doing okay. Nice, I suppose. Hey, look at this ray tracing. How you doing, Devoid? Just someone has a good reason for leaving doesn't make the leaving any less painful. Well, I mean, Dad had a good reason for not showing up to that particular Christmas. He didn't have a good reason for leaving my mom and us. he had very bad reasons for leaving us initially. Those reasons being he thought a family was impacting his ability to pursue his career, and he wanted to date a much younger woman. Like, I think how old was my mom when she had me? I think she was. I think my mom was. How old was she? I think she was like 27 when she had me, and then so she would have been like 31 when he left, and he was a few years older than her. And I think he started dating like a 19-year-old. I mean, he had he made a lot of bad choices around that time. He was a alcoholic. A lot of stuff. He eventually recovered from the alcoholism. Has not had a drink in decades, and he's been with someone of what I would consider to be a more appropriate age for decades as well. So, like his for my adult life, he's largely made choices that I don't think are negative. Yeah, for a while, he disappeared primarily because he did not want to pay child support. But so he just kind of vanished. So yeah, from age 4 to age 12, I didn't see him. But eventually, like, he went through some changes and got in contact with my mom again, and they worked a lot of stuff out, which, I was too young to understand or be a part of. My mom shielded me from, like, I didn't know any of this stuff at the time. My mom shielded me from pretty much all of it, so it was only as an adult that I learned the details. I can't find any other. You're doing okay. Oh man, like, again, none of this is stuff that impacted me at the time. It's like, when you're an adult and you learn some wild stuff about your parents, some like weird stuff that they did, some bad stuff that they did, it impacts you a lot more than like when it happens if like you were a kid. You're just like, wow, that sucked. Yeah, I can't find any other challenge coins. I guess I'll go back to the thing and change animals. back to the polar bear. I don't want to give too negative a perception of my father. Like, he had what I would consider to be an extraordinarily difficult life. Not to excuse the stuff he did, but, you know, it did take a while for him to get his stuff together. But he did. I mean, he eventually figured it out. And very little of it impacted me or my brother outside of his absence. Like, I've told, like, if you want to talk about, like, traumatic stuff, like, I've told some stories of him, like, when he was growing up. His father was also an alcoholic and was very physically abusive. And also extremely mentally abusive to, like, a sinister degree. I've told this story before, but my dad, when he was 16, was dating someone, and she loved horses and had this beautiful horse. Her father had a horse farm, and my dad's dad, so my grandfather on my dad's side, hated her. He just hated her. I don't know why. I wasn't around, obviously. But he hated my dad's girlfriend, and so he went to the girl's father, who owned the horse, and bought the horse and paid him extra to shoot the horse in front of her. This is the sort of person my grandfather was. And this is the sort of trauma that my dad went through. My dad ended up obviously so upset by this. He just left home and ended up homeless for a number of years. Had a very hard time of it. David Studios product, thank you for the $4.99. Sorry for interrupting. Gonna be sending a Dreamcast Game Jam compilation to you once it reaches me from UK. Dreamcast Game Jam compilation. Is this something you contributed to? The Game Jam compilation. Where are we going? David Studios product, thank you for the $4.99. I think a lot of people these days think that people can't change to have some sort of a religious version of predestination. Yeah, I think like I definitely think, like, if you hear something bad about someone, you're like, ah, that's a bad person. But you know, people do actually have the ability to improve themselves. Make amends for past faults. Lead a better life. Map shows where the challenges are. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty easy to see in terms of the coins and stuff. I just don't know which ones of them I haven't done. Most people don't change. Yeah, a lot of people don't change. There's definitely people who, like, have done things and at most they're upset that people were upset about it. Like, I think people really only change if they actually genuinely think that they were wrong, as opposed to, you know, there are some people who will apologize for stuff because they know that's the way they end the conflict for the moment. as opposed to because they actually genuinely understand that they've done something that is counter to their own values and the values they would like to have. Wow, oh my god. Wow. Bear wrestling. Yeah, get the heck off. Oh god, no. Oh god. Ah. Get down. Alright, we got him. Get the heck out of here. I won the bronze challenge. Devoid, thank you for the $4.99. Learned from experience that die-hard religious people are the most insidious. It's called narcissism. Let me tell you, I when I was younger, I joined this skeptics movement, the new atheists. You know, I'm not a religious person, had a lot of problems with organized religion, and I will tell you from experience myself, there are wildly self-interested, terrible people all over the place. So you found Rebecca Watson, correct? Yeah, what happened to Rebecca Watson was unbelievable. It's terrible. Yeah, I had been a fan of Rebecca Watson for a long time. She was the co-host of this Skeptics podcast. And, you know, I had... so I used to... For most of my teen years into my young adult years, I volunteered at this soup kitchen run by this Lutheran church in South Florida. Access to food is one of the most important political issues to me. I think everyone should have access to food. I do not think anyone should starve. Food insecurity is a huge, huge problem. And I think the fact that I did so much volunteer work in that field, like, cemented this as a big issue to me. So anyway, I volunteered for years at this Lutheran church, because there was a series of churches in South Florida that would have essentially one day a week that each church would provide free food, so that in the area there was, every single day of the week, there was somewhere you could go and get something to eat. And I volunteered at this place until I went off to college, and then Hurricane Katrina happened, and I lost all of my stuff in New Orleans, and came back to South Florida and decided to start volunteering at this soup kitchen again. And the first time I was there, we all joined hands for prayer, and the guy leading the prayer thanked God for sending the hurricane to New Orleans to wipe out that city, because it was full of sinners. And he made his whole prayer about how it was such a good thing. What happened to New Orleans? Anyway, this greatly disturbed me. I went through a very like, I had not been, like, I was not a Lutheran. I was not religious in the least bit at this point. But I wasn't anti-religious. That was a turning point for me. So I joined the skeptics movement and the new atheists and all of that stuff. So I was like, yeah. I just believed in this, like, I was like, all right, if this is how, like, religious people are behaving, like, I would like to get as far away from that as possible. The void, thank you for the $1.99. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I joined the skeptics movement, and I was like, all right, here we go. One of the big things the skeptics movement was all about is they were like, look at how bigoted so much of, like, organized religion is. Look at how the Catholic Church protects sex offenders. Look at how they use religion to reinforce cultural bigotry and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's all true. Which, it is. But then it turns out the skeptics of the New Atheist movement was full of literal rapists and the most vile racists. And they did so much to protect those people within the organization. The big event that, opened my eyes to this was something called Elevator Gate, which has its own Wikipedia page. So there's this skeptic, Rebecca Watson, and I listened to the podcast she was on. It was one of my favorite podcasts at the time, and she was my favorite person on the podcast. And there was a skeptics conference that she went to, and she gave a talk at the conference about, I think that the topic of the talk was about the like, women in skepticism, and the ways in which, like, sexual harassment is pervasive in various places in society and all this other stuff. And after she gave the talk, it was like that night, like one in the morning or something, she stepped into an elevator, and a guy from the conference stepped in with her and complimented her on the talk she had just given about sexism and whatever in the movement, and then propositioned her in the elevator. Just so in this video, and this is like 40 seconds of the video that she does. I think it's literally 40 seconds. She mentions this encounter as like, isn't this an ironic thing that happened? And she ends the discussion with, guys, don't do that. Completely reasonable thing to say. It's very very short discussion. Just like, hey, you know, 1 in the morning, alone in an elevator. Like, this is an encounter that made me uncomfortable. You know, if you don't want to make women uncomfortable, don't do this. This video she did, this 40 seconds of like a 15-minute long video about the conference. This 40 seconds, her saying, guys, don't do that, was so negatively received by so many powerful people that it now has a Wikipedia page called Elevator Gate. People flipped out so much about this. Richard Dawkins, who is a big person in the movement, was the primary instigator of this. He wrote a comment in a blog about it, where he pretended to be he pretended to be writing to a Muslim woman named Muslina, I think. And oh god, the point of his comment was that Rebecca Watson shouldn't be complaining about being made uncomfortable in an elevator, because there are women in other countries who receive much worse treatment. So she should shut up about the treatment she received. It's absurd. I will remind everyone that Richard Dawkins is the same person that complained at length once about the TSA taking away his little jar of honey. He was so angry about his little jar of honey. He got so upset about his tiny honey jar. Anyway, my ultimate takeaway from all of this was, I think maybe there's terrible people everywhere. Oh my god. Akisha, thank you for that. $9.99. People are broken and do use religion to be selfish and terrible. God isn't like that. He saved me from suicide when I was 13. Well, I'm very sorry you went through some terrible stuff when you were younger, and I'm very glad that you found the strength to become who you are today. I am a very different person than I was when I was younger. I am not a religious person. I simply do not believe in a higher power, but I have a great respect for anyone who finds strength from anywhere to be a good person and to help people. And even if we have different beliefs, I think the desire to do good in this world and to be kind to people and to be kind to yourself is I don't know, just an important thing for me. Malfazar, thank you for the $2. Did I wake up to another upbeat FilmCow stream? Absolutely. Nothing but upbeat streams here. Count spite is the best motivator. Yeah, I don't think I'm beating this bear. Oh, I beat this bear once. Finally. Yeah, we did it. I guess we're at the end of the stream. Oh, we've unlocked something. Richard Dawkins was some ridiculous anti-cancel culture book this year. Oh yeah, I watched the Sean video on that one. Yeah. Richard Dawkins and a bunch of other people who are close friends of Jeffrey Epstein put out a book. Yeah. David Studios product, thank you for the $4.99. Speaking of Arctic and Antarctic stuff, met the level designer for March of the Penguins for GBA. Turns out he was one of the founders of Activision. The founders of Activision. I imagine I met the level designer. March of the Penguins. Founder of Activision. Interesting. March of the Penguins. I don't know if I played March of the Penguins from the GBA. Well, special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. I will be back tomorrow. Continuing Nightmares from the Deep 3, Davy Jones on the PlayStation 4. Nightmares from the Deep 3, Davy Jones. Scuffy with Scuffy, yeah. Scuffy will be here. Gotta go eat something. Gotta go eat a thing. What kind of thing? Who knows? Could be anything. Takeout? No. Yeah, I'd love to order some night food. It's too expensive. Night food, too much. There used to be a couple of cheaper options in Orlando, but it's too much now. It's too much. We'll have to return to, 2000s prices for stuff. Love to order some Chinese food that's like $4.95. Prices of stuff. It's too much. £2 for a tiny little pot of curry sauce. God. Yeah. Gotta load up, sorry, I'm gonna load up. Let's see, Uber Eats. Let's see, what's available right now in the middle of the night. Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Someplace called Nature's Table. Sounds like it's not going to be very good, but it's too generic. Too generic a name. Might be a ghost kitchen. I don't think it's a ghost kitchen, but it could be a ghost kitchen. Deeply Cafe and Bottle Shop. What the heck? Vegan Crunch Wrap Supreme. Soy chorizo, black beans, cashew queso, pico de gallo, vegan sour cream, lettuce. Hey, you know what? It sounds alright. How much is that? That is $16.99. $16.99. Now, this is before all of the fees and stuff. What a deal. What a deal. I was gonna figure out how much the fees are, but every time I add something to the cart, it tells me it's not actually available. I don't know how that works out. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe there's something else on DoorDash. You know, Nature's Table again. There's a taco place. Talkin' Tacos. Get Hongos tacos. 3 Hongos tacos, sauteed portobello mushrooms, garlic, thyme, rosemary, black bean salsa, pico de gallo, crispy onions, salsa verde, cilantro. That's $14.99. Alright, so at $14.99, there's not too many fees here, so I think it would end up getting just these 3 tacos. Just these 3 tacos delivered with tip and stuff would probably end up being like around $25. You know, it's just kind of it's too much. It's too much to spend on 3 tacos. And that's, you know, that's a place that's close enough that I'm not getting a bunch of fees on it. If I wanted to order from somewhere a little bit farther away, the fees would be much higher. Meal for 1 at $25. Yeah, it's not a particularly large meal either. Maybe buy a chest freezer to fill with frozen treats for future use. I've got food in the house. I've already got that covered. I'm just explaining why I'm not ordering night food. Everything is just too pricey. Like, I still order food occasionally if, you know, if I'm not up to cooking, but I mostly just cook. Nature's Table's good, though. We'll have to check out Nature's Table at some point. I've mentioned this before, probably many times, just because it's a good example of exactly the way in which prices have gone. But when I was in high school, McDonald's had this promotion where when it was a Tuesday, you could get a hamburger for 29 cents. And when it was a Wednesday, you could get a cheeseburger for 39 cents. And when I was a junior and a senior, we were allowed to leave campus during lunch. So I would go to McDonald's with a couple of dollars. I get like a bag of burgers that I would bring back for my friends. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You just got a big bag. It's a huge bag. Eat meat and recommend lobscouse. Oh, I've made lobscouse all the time, but you know, vegan lobscouse. Which there are recipes for. Maylee, thank you for the 2 British pounds. My parents are the only valid straight couple. Oh yeah, I saw the saw the picture you posted in Discord. Much love to your parents. They seem great. Trying to find, oh my god. In the spirit of that picture you posted, I wanted to I think it's okay to show this because he posted it publicly. So, but show a picture of my brother, who I love dearly. One of my favorite people in the world is my brother. Is Josh. Great pick. It is a great pick. Internet sensation Josh. Internet sensation Josh. He looks so different now. Josh? That's pretty much always how he's always looked. I don't know. How is Joshua pronounced? Like Joshua. The Q is silent. Has Josh been in any of your FilmCow vids? Not for a while. I think the last video he was in was... I think it was that... I think it's on FilmCow Extra. I don't actually remember what the last video Josh was in. He wasn't in well, he was in. Okay, let me try to think. I think he was technically in the Gourd 2. Remember him being in the one where Chris traps himself in the garage. Yeah, he's in that one at the end. He was one of the wizards. Yeah, he was one of the wizards. In Wizard of the West. So that was probably the last video he was in. It's a FilmCow Extra. Yeah, we had it hasn't been updated in years. We had a second channel for like bonus stuff. It mostly ended up being a place for Chris to post videos. Most notably, the Titusville Culture Report. Yeah. But yeah, Josh. He's a good guy. Yeah, he actually, I've mentioned this a number of times. Bubble chess creator. Yeah, creator of Bubble Chess. Still in the works. He's made some great progress on it. He, helped me out considerably when I hit the very worst, like, financial stuff right before the pandemic. FilmCow would probably have, I don't know, I mean, I have kept making stuff, but yeah, I'd been using a, well, he helped me in a number of ways. One of the most important ways was I'd been using a computer I got in 2011? Yeah, I think 2009. 2009. Yes, 2009. I had been using a computer I had gotten in 2009. And I had simply not been able to afford to update the computer until 2022 when my brother got me a new one. So I had used the same computer for like, God, 13 years. Had some serious issues. And don't get me wrong, the computer was a wildly expensive computer when I got it. It was a extremely capable machine. It's just, you know, at some point it's just not really cutting it anymore. But he got me a new computer in 2022, and I'm still using that one. Great computer. That's how I can do 4K stuff now. Because I'm not using a computer from the start of the Obama administration. Not using a computer from 2009. Ran into Chris at a Five Guys once. It was totally awkward because I felt like he was a celebrity. And Chris loves meeting people. So, like, I'm sure I understand feeling awkward, but I believe Chris is delighted every time he runs into someone who recognizes him. Vomit, thank you for the $4.99. Really frustrated at YouTube. I need to tell Mei Lee what it's like to get high on cat food. Everything's getting blocked. YouTube doesn't want people to know. YouTube doesn't want people to know. YouTube is trying to hide the truth. It's weird it's blocking it. It must be super blocking it. Because, like, YouTube will quite often, like, soft block a message that I have to manually approve. And it's almost always stuff that I just click approve on. But no, those messages aren't showing up at all. YouTube is not even letting me approve those. YouTube is just voiding those. He just stared at me. Chris? Really? Chris is like one of the few people in my family who has like social skills. Must have been having a weird day. Chris using his Dracula hypnosis powers. To be fair, I just blabbered nonsense and pointed at him. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what nonsense you blabbered. And promptly ran away. Well, if you ever see him again, all you really need to say is, I love whatever video you love. And he will be delighted to talk to you. I miss Chris. One day. To hit it with a car. The feature film. Or Nick the feature film too. I really wish that stuff had taken off. You know, I rewatched some On Cinema stuff recently because of the new season that's out. I gotta mention, I had forgotten about the Wendy Kirby Valentine's Day special. that special's a lot. But it has me thinking, like, man, what if Hit It With a Car had actually taken off instead of been despised at the time? Could have had our own little ongoing universe there. On Cinema's coming to do a show in Madison, remaking me tempted to get tickets. Yeah, get tickets to the On Cinema show. Here's some people bitterly argue about the most mundane stuff. Nick was great to meet because he didn't ask any questions about why I was running up to him in a parking lot. Just gave me your email address. Nick. When'd you meet Nick? It's been a while since I've seen Nick. He moved initially out of state, and then he came back to Florida. Met one of my exes at an On Cinema show here in LA. Great. Never watched On Cinema, but have seen yaoi fan art of those guys. Of course. High school, remember? Oh, I didn't know that's when you got my email address. Nice. Oh, Nick. Gotta look up that Yowie. Yeah, I gotta look up that Yowie. I think the Wendy Kirby Valentine special might be Tim's most despicable moment. He's done some terrible stuff, including murdering 20 people. But Wendy Kirby holiday special might be the worst. For anyone who isn't familiar, On Cinema is like an ongoing web series. Ostensibly, it's about movie reviews. It's Tim Heidecker and Greg Turkington reviewing movies, but things go off the rails pretty dramatically. Tim has this band Dakar, and at some point he adds this singer to it to give it more of a pop sound, Wendy Kirby. And then Tim goes through a divorce. And he sets up this special, the Wendy Kirby Valentine special, named after the singer that he added to Dakar, Wendy Kirby. And she's like a lot younger than he is. And there's a moment like right at the beginning of the special, and it's very smart to do this right at the beginning, where she comes to the realization. So this is all fake, like this is all scripted. But Wendy Kirby comes to the realization that this much older weird dude is hitting on her. And you can just see the life drain from her face as she comes to the realization that this is what's going on here. And like the actress playing Wendy Kirby is so good at just communicating so much through her facial features, and just the whole energy of the special just immediately becomes extremely awkward. And and Wendy Kirby just makes a run for it. She just leaves the special like halfway through, and the rest of the special is just sans Wendy Kirby. Absolutely the right choice. But creatively, it's the correct choice to have this like happen right at the beginning to make the entire special as uncomfortable as possible. They a couple of years later, they had the 3-year anniversary of the Wendy Kirby holiday special, and I think everyone from the special shows up except of course for Wendy Kirby. They just have everyone there except Wendy Kirby. I wonder why. Anyway, that's probably enough on cinema talk. Time to go eat something. What a night. Oh, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.